The autopsy results are in for a teenager in Oklahoma, but still there are so many questions about the death of Noah Presgrove.
Hello, good afternoon. I just sat Sacred Space and called in the quarters. Hi everyone, I'm Kate, nice to meet you. I'd like to do a reading right now on Noah Presgrove. I just saw a comment asking me to do it, and he is so cute. So of course I want to check out where he is. I saw that Annalise 10 to Life she's done a video on him, and it's an hour long and I want to watch it, but I just didn't feel like waiting right now. I have some time, and so I wanted to do a reading for you guys, and I want to see what's going on with Noah. I think this might be a part 1, because what I'd like to do is this reading and then go watch what 10 to Life says and then do another reading. So it sounds I really read the headlines of the articles that Google pulled up. It was sounds very much like Stephen Smith in the Murdaugh case. He was found on a road, in a very remote road in Oklahoma, a mile from a party he was at. And it sounds like they beat him. That's all I got was from the headlines. I already don't like it. It's already dark, super dark energy. So let's see what we can find, and then this, like I said, will probably be a part 1. I just want to see what's going on. Okay, welcome to the party. If you're in the bleachers, welcome, thank you for coming. There seems to be some confusion. Don't read cards in reverse. Usually I just read them. But this deck doesn't like to be read in reverse. So if you see me flip them, it's because for some reason this deck doesn't like to be read in reverse, but I do read cards in reverse. So I just set the intention for Noah Presgrove, and we have a little page here. We also got Temperance. Temperance in true crime. This is John's archetype in the Karen Reed story. But in True Crime Tarot, this to me is the prince of this world. I was also taught that when you name him, you summon him. And I have no interest in talking to him today. But what showed up was the ultimate darkness. So there's definitely a fight. Ethan and John. I'm just looking at the table. Excuse me, high tech. I'm just looking at the table to make sure that you guys can see this. So here's our little fool. Ethan shows us this all the time. He naively ran into a house party, but it was really a setup. There's a fight. We have the ultimate evil. This is not the devil. And we have a page. This could be him, but the fool is showing me him. We have a Knight of Cups. This is not a wham bam, thank you, ma'am kind of a night. He's more of like he'll make you breakfast in the morning kind of a night. I wonder when his birthday is, and I bet it's a water sign. I feel like he's a Cancer. Just based on the one picture I saw, it was adorable. 10 of Cups, happy home. I also have the Overkill card. Taking direction from a female. Oh, here's the Emperor. The Emperor, is the leader of the dark side. Oklahoma, in my experience, I used to live in Colorado. There's a lot of money in Oklahoma. There's a lot of oil there. One of my friend's grandmas owned an oil company there. Here's another knight. This is the Knight of Pentacles. He's not a fast-moving knight, but he's slow and steady. You can count on him. Or maybe he was an earth sign. Here's the Seven of Swords, stealing lives and stealing happiness. Here's a fake happy home. And here's another knight. A bunch of kids. Does anyone know? Well, by the time you guys see this, hopefully I'll have already watched Annalise or the 10 to Life thing. Didn't we have a queen? Yeah, here are a couple of queens. Air and Fire. Always see them in the headlines. You don't see most of the time. Brian Albert is our one exception. This almost feels like the parents. I could say, does anyone know what his story is, but hopefully by the time you see this, I know more about him. I'm going to pull some of, this is dark. That's what I can tell you. It's definitely a leader. Well, we have moms and dads' ages here. Queens and I'm sorry. This is the Hierophant. Wait a minute. This is awesome. The Hierophant in True Crime Tarot has always meant the light side. I just assumed it was the Emperor because we have so much other dark stuff. The Hierophant is good. The Hierophant is like the feds have represented the Hierophant in the Idaho 4 case and in the Karen Reed case. Oh, good. Whew. All right, good. That makes me feel better. So, yay. We have a bunch of kids fighting. We have moms directing. We have the Prince of this world, or the King of this world. There's a book about it. During the Idaho 4 case, when this was thrown in my face to the point I couldn't ignore it anymore, that's when I called the Church of Satan, and I did some research because you always fear what you don't know. And I was definitely trained in the Matrix to fear that. But I got to sit under the Bodhisattva tree, if anyone knows the Bodhisattva tree, and have a cup of tea with them and talk it out. Like, all right, I'm afraid of you. So a bunch of cards just jumped. I'm shuffling Ashley's cards because right off the top, this is what I'm getting. We have the Prince of this world. We have a couple of mothers driving this. We have kids, like teenagers. I think he was a teenager, 19 or 20. He was hot. So cute. We have a fight. We have blissfully unaware. We have a happy homes card. We have 2 happy home cards. In Idaho 4 case, these cards, it was mostly, I think it was this one. They always showed, all the decision makers always showed us this card. Like, the house was so happy, but it wasn't. It was fake. It was fake. It was part of the gaslighting and manipulation. We have people, I'm guessing these two queens or prince of this world, he's not worried and staying up at night. But someone is. I mean, we have kids here. And by kids, I mean, I know my mother would correct me. They're children. Kids are like baby cows, I think. You're not supposed to call them kids. You're supposed to call them children. Anyway, the point is, she was a teacher. The point is that someone is staying up at night, and I'm hoping it's because the feds are now investigating. This would make sense if all these little knights are staying up at night because whatever they did is inhumane, according to the 3 seconds I just saw, and we have lives and happiness. Of the cards that jumped from Ashley's deck, danger. This is our little fool. Burial. They threw him on the side of the road. It's trash. Bloodline and lineage. Here we go. Here comes the moms. Regret. Yep, I would be regretting it too, because if the feds are investigating and there's a struggle, yeah, I'd be struggling too. Okay, I'm guessing there's a lot of family money in Oklahoma too. From the people that I know that lived there, they were all connected to oil. My husband was connected to oil. So the kids in Oklahoma, or people in Oklahoma, is like family lineage of old money. It's not like the white trash, the cave drama that we're dealing with. This is like old family money. I wonder if they were trying to send a message to his parents. A bunch of cards just jumped, and it's almost like too many. I'm going to put these back because there's too much. Oh, Democrat. Oh, no. Put these cards back, and I'm going to reshuffle them. Oklahoma is also right on the highways. We think on organized crime. Yikes. It's Mirage, a 5D portal. Yeah, they're dealing with some super dark forces. Organized crime, that's going to tell me it goes back to the families. There's something in the families. Does he come from money? My husband's grandpa was I don't know. It's a long story, but the point is he found oil, and so he bought the whole town in West Texas. And so high society, Debutanteville was very much part of my married life. And if you're going to try to send a message to a family, if he was the oldest male, because they're all still like fighting the Civil War, they forgot the memo. And that would be a way to do it, is to kill the oldest boy. And I don't know if that's what it is, but I think this is like old money. And I wonder if this has to do with like land. We also got desert and mirage. Things aren't what they seem. 5D portal. Here's the prince of this world. Oh yes. Low vibe. Yep. And it was super low vibe until I saw the Hierophant. She's like the knight in shining armor. And we're taking out the trash. Deep state. This would be oil money. Organized crime. I guess what we need to do is figure out if this kid if his family if he comes from an oil, or I don't know what other industries are in Oklahoma. All I know is the oil part of it. But if he comes from, I'm just getting like wealth. There's like, this was a message to like the family. Our rush hour traffic cards aren't here. But there's like a lot of dark side. Okay, what would the benefit be for the government to get involved? If his parents come from money and they were like, wouldn't sell land or something. I feel like this is bigger than like a high school kids fighting. This was like ancestral lineage. We got this card. Lineage, like old money over land or something. There's something with land. I'm getting oil. Like the way that my husband's family was, or the way his grandfather discovered oil. They bought like 6,000 or 7,000 acres, and they bought towns. This was way back before we were around, but the town still, it's named after Roman stuff. This is in West Texas, and there were a lot of bodies on that land too, for various reasons. There's so much to that story. It's unbelievable, and I'll tell you about it sometime, but that's what I'm getting here. This is like old family feuds, like old money. There's oil and land involved. And this was to send a message to the parents. This was bigger. These kids, I'm guessing. Oh, you know what would be is the Anadarko reading that we did on Chris Watts. Next level, completely off the radar. That's what I feel like this is. Something like that. It's much, whatever they're portraying in the media, we know, and I say this a lot, Meghan Markle taught us you can pay for People magazine to put on the cover. You can pay for the narrative you want. It just takes money. And that's not true. I feel like whatever's in there and then pretending it's a mystery isn't true. I feel like the Anadarko Chris Watts reading will explain what I can see right now. And it's old school, like old money. And it's like old oil money to send a message to his family. I wonder who his grandpa was. I wonder also if the lineage, like the money comes down on the maternal, on the grandmother's side. We're talking like high society stuff is what I can see. At least in that generation. I think it's the rule of 5. Other than the Vanderbilts, I think it's 3 generations or 5 generations to cycle. And they lose all the wealth that their grandparents or great-grandparents earned, and then they have to remake it. But this is like, I'm getting ancestral, like it's a battle for, it's almost like paying back like a debt from like a grandfather. It's really like that. The kids that were involved, I don't know. If you believe in past lives, this will make a lot more sense. If you don't, that's okay. It's almost like these kids were the descendants of this initial battle. This battle happened up here in like 5 or 6, I don't know how many generations ago. And it's trickled down through the generations, and now we're here. And these little boys were part of the battle. And then Noah was like, this message is to the family. It's not to him. It's not like these little high school kids created this. We have a couple of mothers here who are, of course, the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, to me, I've said this before. If I was doing a reading and had to name, using just archetypes, a psycho or a sociopath, psychopath or a sociopath. Hands down, it would be King and Queen of Swords, straight up. And the reason, well, they're perfect. I'm really glad. And this is the fire. She's a spark. It was probably her idea, and she made it happen. Remember Jen McCabe and the air blows it around? So there's a couple mothers or there's feminine here. Could be a man standing in his masculine. But then we have the bloodline. Yep. We have deep state. Yep. This oil thing has been going on since pre-Civil War that I know of. Organized crime. Yep. 5 deep. Okay. So that's that. Then we have, so in conclusion, I'm wrapping up Noah's thing for the first round. Then we have the Prince of this world. He is not of the light, and he's not of this realm. He is the Prince of Darkness. We also have low vibration. We have our blissful little fool. Ethan and John chose this. They ran into the house completely oblivious to everything that's going on. His intuition was probably saying, stop, danger. And we have a fight. We have thief stealing lives and happiness. We have regret with prison handcuffs on. We have people can see between the lines, can't sleep, stress. This is a struggle. We have burial. How many bodies are connected to this? Is this the Anadarko situation? I should find that again because I think that will really help us with this, explaining it. And the word that I love for everyone connected to the dark side, aunties, moms, living roommates, people, house occupants that didn't hear a thing. Oh, so many coincidences between those two cases. Didn't hear a thing, slept right through it. Take out the trash. It's time to get the trash out of here. And we have a little boy. He's a page. He's younger than the kids that were in the fight. He's delivering the messages. And we have the light side. The Hierophant's here too. Hopefully they don't dig very deep. Well, they will dig deep. But if they run into the Anadarko thing, sealed, signed, and delivered. No, it's all literally under seal. We don't even really know the discussion that happened with Watt's parents. But it explained a lot of what happened that day. And with that, I will love you and leave you. That was a recap for Noah Presgrove. I'm going to watch Annalise. I'm guessing that her information is probably like what people print, which is whatever the narrative is that they want. The Daily Mail in England is a great source that I love because it hasn't been whitewashed yet, but that's what I got. I got that Noah Presgrove, this is a generational battle, has to do with land and or oil. It's like high society stuff. It's like something to do with generational. It's not inheritance, perhaps it is, but it's something to do with like a grandfather or a maternal line handed down money or something like that. And that's round one. I actually don't really want to watch Annalise. I like her 10 to life. I just have recognized that through the cases, it's very much whatever mainstream is pumping out, and the mainstream is not going to have this information in it. This isn't something that the government wants anyone to know about. But that's what I got. So I will love you and leave you. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you next time. Bye.